Good afternoon, student. Our next topic is it is functions in C++. So basically, first I'm going to tell the definition of a function. So basically, function that defines the contain name of the function with its return type. That means we have to declare a function first. Then after that, after declaring the function, we have to call the function. Then after that, we have to define the function. So these all are the three steps where when we create the functions. So we always follows these steps. So I'm going to start first program that is with the help of functions. We have to print the text, print the text with the help of functions. So in that case, I'm just started our IDE. So first we have to declare the header file. The first header file that is iostream.h, that is specifically for input output stream, and second header file that is specifically for conio, that is console input output.h, that is specifically for the clear skin function or getch function. So after that, after declaring the these header file, we just start our main function, because whenever we are just compiling the program, on that time compiler need uh, compiler need some main functions. Uh, so main function after main function we are just start our compound statement, and after that I have to declare first function, because our first step is to declare the function. Suppose I'm going to print the text, so try to make the name of the function, try to write name of the function same as it is or similar with your program. Suppose we are going to start first program, that is print the text. So the name of function is text. Here I'm going to pass the void as a return type. Whenever we just declare the function, on that time we use the semicolon operator. The semicolon, that means that tells the this is our function declaration part. So after that, I am just going to call the function. So this is our second step, to call the function. Then after that, I am going to use getch, that is for holding the output screen. And after that, closing the compound statement for main function. After, we have to define the function. So here I'm going to define the function with same name, that is name of the function, that is text. And here I am again going to pass the void pointer, and after that open compound statement and print the value. Suppose here I'm going to print uh, my own name in com in inverted commas. Then after that you just enter the semicolon for terminating the line. Then after that, close the compound statement. Then now next step is to compile the program. Suppose I'm going to compile the program. See, there is no warning and no error in this program. So after that, we just run the program. We will get our output. So this is the output of our first program, because we just print the value, print the text value. So our next program is to find the cube of a number with the help of gain function. So in that program, we just apply arguments and parameters and the return keyword, because when we are using the with argument with the return keyword, on that time we use return keyword as well. So before the start of this program, I am just going to tell the one definition for that, that is actual parameter and formal parameter. So actual parameter are those the parameter passed to the function. They are just passed the value to the function. And second, that is formal parameter, the parameters that are received by a function. So you must know about the actual parameters or formal parameters. Actual parameters are those parameters that passed to the function, and formal parameters, that is that parameters received by a function. I will explain these two parameters when we are using the program that is call by value and call by reference. So before the start of call by value, call by reference part, I'm just going to explain one another program with the help of functions where we just use the use the function with return value. Suppose we are going to find the cube of a number. So first we have to declare the variables for input the value. Then after that, I'm just going to uh, write the function, and here I am just going to pass the argument to this particular function. So this line that tells the function declaration part. Here you just see cube is a name of the function and int is a type of the function. Whenever we just declare the int, float, double as a type of a function, that means on that time we have to require one return keyword. So after that, I'm just going to pass the clear string for clearing previous program output. And after that, I'm just going to write some text for the beginners, then enter any value. Then after that, I'm just closing the inverted commas and use some manipulators like that and L. Then after that, we have to enter the value for y. Suppose in y, then semicolon, then press enter key. So next step is to call the function, because we achieve our first step, that is declaration part. So after that, we have to call the function. So how we can call the function? We call the function with the help of same name. Suppose I am going to print the value as it is for cube function. So this is our calling part. Then after calling the function, I'm just going to write get ch for holding the output screen. Then after that, closing the compound statement for this main function, because whenever we just compile the program, so compiler need on that time, that is our main function. So after main function, I just declare the cube as a name of the function and int as the type of the function. Then after that, one part is missing right now, that is the definition part. So start with the type of function and write the name of the function with arguments, and see there is no semicolon in the definition part. So here I'm just going to pass the formula for that. So formula for finding the cube value, that is, because we use here as a type of function that is int. So that means we need one return keyword. So return is a keyword, and here I am just going to find the value for cube. So what is the formula for finding the value for cube? That is y multiply y. So y is a variable, again y means 3 time multiplication of a variable. Then after that, closing the or we can say that terminating the line. So after, we have to close the definition parts. So after that, so after that, we just compile the program. See, there is no error and no warning in this program. And now I'm going to run the program. So it will ask enter the value for finding the cube of a number. So How we can find the cube of a number? So first we have to enter the value for that. Suppose I'm going to enter the value for that. That is, suppose 5. I want to find a cube of a 5 variable. You just enter the value 5, then press enter key. So we will get our output. So this is a way to declare the function with the help of function declaration and function calling part or definition part. The next is to for call by value and call by reference. So in theory part, we just clear that the call by value and call by reference. So first program that is specifically for call by value. I will explain from first point to onward. That is why we are using call by value and what is the basic difference between call by reference. So this is specifically for first program, that is for call by value. So this is first program that is specifically for call by value. So basic definition for call by value, that is in that case, in the case of call by value, here values of actual parameters, here values for actual parameter that will be copied to the formal parameters, and these two different parameters that store the value in different locations. So this is a basic definition for call by value. I'm going to repeat the definition for call by value. Here values of actual parameters that will be copied to formal parameters, and these two different parameters that store values in different location. Like suppose we are going to swap two numbers with the help of call by value and with the help of call by reference. So suppose here first, that is, we have to declare a variable. So here I am going to declare a variable like integer type variable, suppose a and b. These two are the variable that is specifically for input the value. Now next step is to declare the function. So here I'm just going to declare void as a type of function. Suppose we are going to swap two numbers and I write name of function as a swap. So here I'm just going to pass the argument. So these type of argument that is specifically for, we can say that for, here is the arguments, and just write the semicolon for that. And suppose I'm going to predefine the value for these two variables. Suppose a is having a value of 10 and b is having a value of 20. Just wait. So b is having a value of 20, and here I am just going to print the value cout before function call. Before function call value of a and b. So here I am just print the value a, print the space for, then print the value for b in semicolon. So after that I am just calling the function. So name of a function, that is swap, and a variable, that is a comma b. So here just I am going to pass the variables. So these type of variables, when we just calling the function. Suppose when we just declare the function, and that time that means we are just passing the actual parameters. So these are the actual parameters when we just declare the function. So after calling function, we have to print the value for after swapping. So I'm just going to write the function, sorry, cout, that is specifically for after function call, value for A and value for B. Now just use getch for holding the output screen, then close the compound statement. Now next part is to define the function. So how we can define the function? First write the type of a function, then name of a function, and pass the formal parameters. So here we are just going to pass the formal parameters. Suppose value formal parameters are int x, comma, int y. And after that, we are just going to apply the logic for the swapping. Suppose here I'm just going to use one temp variable, that is for storing the or holding the temporary value. So first I'm just going to write the formula for temp is equal to A, and A is equal to, sorry, X. Temp is equal to X, and X is equal to Y, and Y is equal to temp. So basically this formula is specifically for swapping two number with the help of third variable. So here just I'm going to print the value for during function calling, or we can say that during functions. I'm just going to print the value for A as well as for B. And write B, then use the terminate operator and close the compound statement for this definition part. See this declaration part, that means we are just passing the actual parameters. So actual parameters that is specifically for pass to the function. So which functions variables? So these are the values for that. So here this is just passing the value to the function. I'm just going to compile this program. Two errors in this program, undefined symbol A and B. So here I am just use A and B. I have to use here X and Y. Again, I'm going to compile the program. So see, there is no warning and no error in this program. So now next step is to run the program. See, before function calling, just wait, I'm just going to use clear skin function. See, before function calling value is 10 for A and B. During function calling value is 20 and 10, that is after swapping. So after function calling, that is 10 and 20. So this is a way to swap two numbers with the help of function by call by value function. Suppose I'm going to pass the value, or I am just going to change the value here. Suppose x is having a value of 20, not 20, just 15, and y is having a value of 25. And now I'm going to explain, run the program. So see, before function calling value is 10 and 20. During function calling is value is changed only. Just change the value. But after function calling, the value is 10 and 20. So whenever we just use call by values, that means we are directly calling the value part. Because here we just replace the value of x and y, but it will return only original value in the case of call by value. Suppose I'm going to take another example for that. So I'm just taking the example, another example for call by value. I'm not executing this part. Suppose I'm just going to declare a variable a. Suppose a is having a value of uh, 10 and b is having a value of 20, and the name of function is suppose function, and I'm just going to pass the value for uh, a and b, and after that call the function or print the value. You can just use print the value. I'm not creating a whole program for that. I'm just giving one example to you. So I'm just taking example, that is here I'm just going to declare call the function, and we just pass the value a and b. A is having a value of 20 and b is having a value of 20 and a is having a 10. So in the declaration part, if I am going to change the value, suppose I'm going to here declare as a x and y in definition part. Here I'm just replace the value. Suppose x is equal to x is equal to 20 and y is equal to 10, and close the compound statement for that. So in this logic, in this program here, we just replace the value of x and y, because first a is having a value of 10 and b is having a value of 20. But in definition part, we just replace the value for a and b, but it will not reflect on the output screen. But when you are complete write your program here, only the value will replace, but it will not return only, it will only return the original value, that is 10 and 20 when we just display this value. So that means in the case of call by value, they are just calling the value, that is original value, whether we just change the value in the function part. So same in the case of when we are using call by reference variable. When we are using call by reference variable, so definition for call by reference, that is here both actual and formal parameters that refers to same memory location, and therefore any changes made to the formal parameter that will get reflected to actual parameter. So here instead of passing value, we just pass the address to the particular variable. Okay, I'm just again repeating the definition for call by reference. In the case of call by reference part, both actual and formal parameters that refers to the same memory location. Therefore, any changes made to the formal parameters because these are the formal parameters when we just define the functions. So that will reflect to the actual parameter. Here, instead of the passing the value, we just pass the address. But in the case of call by value, we are just passing the value to the particular variable. But in the case of reference, we just use the reference and we change the formal arguments value. Like in the case of function calling, I'm just going to take example in this. Here, we just use, basically we just use two operators when we are talking about a call by reference. One is star operator and another one is ampersand. So star, that means we are using the value or reference value. When we are talking about the ampersand part, that means we are talking about the reference variable. So here on that time call by reference, we use ampersand here because we are using the location of the memory location of this particular variable. And here we have to use one pointer variables. So that means we have to declare one pointer here. So star, that is declaring for the pointers. And after that, we just pass the value to these variables as a pointer. Suppose here is a pointer x and pointer variable y. So when we are using these type of declaration part in the reference case, so our output that is reflect in the output screen, that is 20 and 10, because we are just here we just change the values because we are passing address to the particular pointer. We are just passing the pointer's value. We are just passing the address. So it will take the output for this 20 as well as for 10. It will not show your original value, that is 10 and 20. I'm just creating one program for call by reference part. In same program, that is for the swapping of two number. So here I'm just going to declare one function that is void swap, because we are going to swap the values. So here I'm just going to pass the actual parameters, comma, another pointer, and using the declaration part. So after that, I'm just declaring the value a as a 10 and b is equal to 20. I write semicolon. The next part is calling the function. So I'm just using the swap as a name of the function, then passing the address to variable a, comma, address of variable b. Then closing the function part, then use terminate operator. So after that, I'm just print the value for, suppose I'm just going to write here after swapping value for a and value for b. Then using get ch for holding the output screen. And after that, I'm just going to define the function. So how we can define the function? With the help of type of function and name of the function, passing the formal parameters to the function. So write function as integer type and star pointer, suppose x is a variable, and comma integer pointer type variable y, and start the compound statement for this particular. Here I'm just going to write one temporary variable. So write the formula for swapping the value. So that is temp is equal to pointer x semicolon, and pointer x is equal to pointer y, then semicolon, then last, that is pointer y is equal to temp variable. And now close the compound statement. Then after that, I'm just going to compile the program. You see, there is no error and no warning in this program. And I'm just going to run the program. So see, after swapping, our value is 20 and 10 because we just passed the value 10 for A and 20 for B. We just pass the reference. I will explain the code again because meeting is going to end. So our next program, that is based upon the recursion. So basic definition for recursion, that is function call itself. It means function call ourself itself again and again. So how it will call itself? So first, suppose we are going to declare a type of variable long, and because we are going to find the factorial of a number. So here we just write the name of function fact, that is act as a factorial. Here I am just going to pass the values and write the semicolon because we just here declare the function. So after that, I'm just going to start the main function. Why function? Because we just write the parenthesis with the this value, this name. So now we are just going to declare some variables. Suppose n, where with the help of n we just enter the value for factorial, and I, that is specifically for loop. And now we just write the message, that is enter any value, and we just use the AND L operator. We have to enter the value for this particular number, so we just write the C in, and n is a variable. And now next step is print the message, that is for find factorial series that is up to where you just enter the value. Suppose n, that is a value, and r and l, that is for manipulator. Then next step is to find the start the for loop for that. So for I is equal to, that starts from 1, and I less than equal to suppose n, and increment for this I. Then start compound statement for this for loop and print the calling part as well, or we can say that recursion. So first I'm going to print the value of I, then the symbol of factorial is equal to, And now I'm going to call function itself again and again. That is fact I, where I is a loop, and start the end L for terminating the line, and close the compound statement for this particular for loop, and start the get ch for holding the output screen, and close the function. Our next step is to for defining the function, because we already achieve our uh, two step. One is declaration part, or one is function calling part, or function calling itself part. And next step is to define the function. So long int fact is the name of function, and long int name of variable, suppose m, we are just passing the arguments here. And suppose if m if m is equal to, or we can say that less than equal to 1, then it will print the value, or it will return, 1. If we just enter the value n as a 1 or less than 1, so it will return the value 1, then semicolon, else else it will return m multiply fact function as a m minus 1, because we have to minus the value for 1. Then close the function here and write semicolon for this, and close the compound statement for this function definition part. Next step is to compile the program. So see, there is no error and no warning in this program. So we are lucky there is no error in this program. And now we are just going to print the value. Before entering, I'm just going to write clear screen function for clearing the previous program output, and run the program. So it will ask enter the value for which number you want to be find the factorial. Suppose I'm going to find the factorial of 5. Then it will show the factorial from 1 to onward. So first it will tell the value for 1. It is 1 because there is no factorial of 1, and 2 factorial of 2. If the 3, that means 3 minus 1, because we are using the formula for finding the factorial, that is m minus 1. 3 minus 1, that is 2, and 4 minus 3, that is 24. And here is a factorial of 5. So this is a total factorial for 1, as well as for 2, as well as for 3, and as well as for 4, and as well as for 5. So this is a way to use the recursion part, because in this case we just call the function itself again and again. So this is a formula for finding the factorial with the help of recursion. So students, any doubt in the given session that is based upon the functions, you can ask me, or you can write any text to me. Okay, students, take care, and bye.